Hey everybody, so as we all know, Opendoor Technology took off today, and you probably already know why. If you don't know why, I'm going to explain it, and we're going to talk about the chart, and also where can Opendoor go to next. And we're going to look at the news. Some news, I'm going to read it to you. Let's check it out. Here comes the chart first. So here we go as a weekly chart. So far, we're following the same pattern as we did here. Three red candles on a weekly. And then here we go again, three red candles on a weekly again. And now we have a nice green candlestick going up. And it's a strong one. It's not a regular candlestick going up. It's a strong one because it's already above the previous weekly red candle. And it's almost matching the second weekly red candle, possibly overtaking it tomorrow. I like Opendoor news because it shows that Opendoor is trying to be different. And that's what's going to make the stock soar right there. That's going to make this stock soar. Trying to be different, trying to be unique, something that's not out there already. And Opendoor can provide that. And that's why I like Opendoor Technology. So let's check out the daily chart. Daily chart, we broke all resistance. Pretty much broke everything, every single resistance in 2 days. Yesterday we made some nice gains. And today we just broke everything. We shattered everything. I'm going to tell you why. Just keep on watching. Keep on watching. And here's the hourly chart. So we start off with the same little pattern again, right? Go down to $8, come up to $8.80, then come back down again. This right here is what I noticed. So when it went to $8 and then it came up to $8.80 and came down again, and then it usually sell off around $12.30, $1.30, but it didn't. When I saw it didn't sell off, I said, something may be different today because it should usually start to come down now. It should start to come down now around 12:30, 1:30, 2 o'clock. But instead, it started to go up. It was just consolidating. And then it pumped up around 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock is when it went really, really crazy. And then it started to come down some. And now it's consolidating after hours. We're up in the 9:15 area. And resistance is going to be around 9:40. But these blue lines have been demolished today. I mean, absolutely destroyed. We consolidated above two resistance lines. So, that $8 is probably going to be gone now. For everybody who is trading $8 or sold and said they'll get in around 7 and 6, yeah, you just missed out. It's just how it is. It's how it is sometimes. So, guess what? I'm going to delete the $8 because $8 is pretty much going to be gone. I mean, if it does go maybe $8, $8.75, $8.80, but $8 even, $8.05, no, I don't think so. I really don't think that's going to happen. Even $8.30 might be out of the question because we've consolidated at $8.30 for a long time. We consolidated between $8 and $8.30 for a long time, right? So I'm going to go ahead and delete the $8.32 because I don't see it. I don't see it happening anymore. We're above $9 and we come down maybe $8.80. Use that resistance that we had before at $8.80 and make it a support. That sounds more like it, right? The 5-minute chart, consolidating all day, then boom, the big news. Now let's look at the 30-minute. I'm going to show you the Bollinger Bands, how every time they start to tighten, we go up. So here on October 1st, if you can see it, the Bollinger Band is starting to tighten right here. There's the top Bollinger Band. There's the bottom one. See how tight it got? We broke out, went straight up, and then we came back down. It tightened again right here on the after hours right here, tightened. Boom, pumped up again, came back down again. And then we tightened again. But this time, it didn't tighten during after hours. It tightened while the stock market's open. And it pumped up. A huge, huge pump. And I was saying, when Jane Street and a lot of institutions come into a stock, they provide stability, right? So you might not see crazy pump days, $4 to $7, back to $6. $6 to $20 in one day. You're not gonna see too much crazy stuff like that. You're gonna see more action where like Opendoor may consolidate for a few days and then all of a sudden it pumps up, right? And that's what we have here. It consolidated September 30th, October 1st, October 2nd, and October 3rd. And then today was the last day of consolidation and it moved up. This is what I was saying earlier. Even though Opendoor may be kind of slow and boring sometimes, a lot of things are still going on behind the scenes, even though it looks slow and boring. Things are happening behind the scenes that you just can't see. And that's what happened with Opendoor. They consolidated heavily, bought shares from the weak hands of some retail wanted to sell because they got bored of holding the stock, so they bought it all up. And once they had enough shares, news dropped, and they have millions and millions of shares because they've been acquiring shares of consolidation, and they made money. Went all the way to $9.69, almost hit $10. Are we gonna hit $10 right now? Probably not just yet, because we are in a new territory in the $9 area. We closed in the $9 area pretty strong, and we did close in the $9 area before, but this is our second time at $9. So, more times you hit a certain area, more likely you want to stay in that area and won't drop back down again. So this is our second time at $9, and that's why I said very small chance that we go to $8 even, or $8.05 or $8.15. Anything $8.75, $8.80. If it takes a big dump, like some bad news, $8.50. But I don't see that happening either, because that's where it kind of pumped from. It pumped from $8.43, $8.45, all the way to $9.69, right? So why would it come back down to where it recently pumped, right? If anything, $8.80, $8.75, if anything, if it goes down some. But follow the trend, follow the patterns. A lot of times when Opendoor goes down to $8, people are buying the dip and making money off that. So where will we find the dip for Opendoor now? How far will it go down so we can load up some more? Or will it keep going up some more? We're going to find out tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll find out that information. But it's been consolidating pretty nicely after hours. On a 5-minute, the MACD has come down. RSI is coming down a little bit. The hourly, is pretty high in the RSI, but it doesn't mean the run is over. It doesn't mean the run is over yet. It could go up a little bit more, but there's some resistance going to be at the 950 area. So based on what I see right now, for tomorrow, 880 support and resistance we're looking at is 939, 940 area. So between 880 and 940 is the price channel that we're looking at for Opendoor tomorrow. Opendoor hints at supporting Bitcoin payments. Bitcoin payments to buy houses. That's huge right there. That's huge. And who knows? The administration may say something about this and say, oh, Opendoor has a good idea supporting Bitcoin as a form of payment. So we may get some pump from the administration if they see this and talk about it. And that's going to be a huge pump if that happens. That was the hint. It said Opendoor hints. So let's X this out real quick. And then here, real estate giant Opendoor to accept Bitcoin crypto for home buying. CEO confirms it. So the CEO confirmed it a few hours after that news reported it. That's real nice news. Very different from all the other companies. So I like that news a lot. So even after hours, the times and sales is still moving. We're at a 923, kind of red after hours, but why not, right? Why not? We had a big pump, so being red after hours is pretty normal. So good day for Opendoor Technology, and don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and more videos are on the way. And we're going to do more stocks very soon. A lot of people have been commenting when I'm going to look at other stocks as well. It's coming. So enjoy. Thank you. Take care.